I just feel so good, good,
That is sick.
good. Oh, I just feel so good, good, good. Oh, I just feel so good, good, good. Oh, I just feel so good, good, good. Oh, I just feel so good.
Today's mission, a trip to the coast. A gentleman named Mike invited me out to check out his RANS S-21 Outbound build, and it's right on the beach, so bringing the kids. Let's go to the beach.
I'm spending money like I just got paid. $100 bills, tell them keep the change, come on.
Ton of smoke. We're dodging TFRs yet again, just like the trip to Oshkosh flying over the Mountain West, but this time we're flying west over the Cascades. Just flew past the North Sister, and it was beautiful, but lots of burnt land over here. And the kiddos got the switch set up, so they're keeping themselves entertained on this long 1 hour flight. So anyway, we're going to Lakeside Municipal to meet up with Mike, who's a fellow RANS S-21 builder. Haven't met him before. He reached out and realized I was a RANS builder in the same state, so this is what a cool community is. We're gonna check out his build, and then we're gonna blast down to Gold Beach and just dip our toes in the sand and the water and enjoy the last week of summer. Beautiful approach down the Umpqua River Valley. Dude, we are hauling, but look how fast we're going, guys.
How fast?
202 knots.
Whoa. Bro, are those sand dunes?
Yeah.
Whoa, those are so cool.
Lakeside traffic, Bonanza 40 Golf Mike, about to overfly the field from the northeast for left traffic runway 33, wind sock permitting. Lakeside. Wind sock's a little bit out of the south. All right, Lakeside traffic, Bonanza over top the field. Looks like wind favoring 15, so I'm going to set up for a left downwind runway 15. Lakeside. Traffic pattern altitude, there's that. Gear is down ×2. And a little bit of flaps, because there's high terrain up here. No flaps for now. This is cool. Backcountry training is actually coming in handy because you kind of lose the runway, but you know where it is.
Oh, I see it, yeah.
Full flaps here, because I don't want to be fast. Lakeside traffic, Bonanza 40 Golf Mike, 1 mile final runway 15. Lakeside. Yeah, there's 80. Slowing to 75. Flaps are down. Undercarriage mixture prop. Good job, birdies. We'll be down before them. Just let the grass slow us down, because we're parking up there anyway.
That was a smooth landing.
Thanks to the grass.
Beautiful airfield here at Lakeside. Actually, it's the first time landing on grass in the Bonanza. We taxied in Oshkosh, a whole bunch in it, but...
These rib nuts in it. Waiting for an airplane.
Yeah, waiting for an airplane. Yeah, okay, so we just finished, essentially finished the wings. We still have the tips and the fuel tanks. But I just mounted the AOA probe AOA and pitot tube probe last night, and we got the outside air temperature on the other wing. But yeah, I made something similar to the rack.
So are your tips, are you going to put them on like RANS suggests, which I did?
So far, yes. I'm still waiting to see what Aerosport Products and Jeff comes out with.
Oh yeah, wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
I'm came out with a better solution.
Hoping for that, because why? What? Are they a nightmare or what?
Oh yeah, I mean that's a lot of the controversy. And these came out pretty decent. I don't have them sucked up there all the way in. See, that's what they'll do when I suck them all. I got them just kind of sitting there. So they came out decent, and you know the early. I don't know if they still have that offset in the wings now, or
they talk about it. It's pretty level right now. Or it's pretty straight line as far as my memory goes.
They've fixed that then.
I think so. Yeah. Okay.
So I went with what RANS suggested, but Kip, my buddy up in Independence, he put another rib in there, and sandwiched it backwards, and then just went ahead and screwed it on.
That's smart.
So, but the drawback though is you see the fasteners, and you know this is clean, you know, but it takes a lot of work to get that bloody line straight.
Okay, so that's what it is just test fit and pulling it off and grinding some more. Do you use just a cutting wheel?
You know, I think I use, for the most part, all these plastic parts, I rough them in with just metal shears first. Okay. To shear them and get them really close. Yep. And then
like sanding, or?
Yeah, I think I probably did sand on that.
Yeah.
I think.
You look great. So this is so early, you probably only have one bottom stringer. I've got two now on the bottom side.
No, we put the additional one in.
So there's one. Where's your other one? I think that's a fairly recent.
Like in the last.
In the last year.
Okay, I believe it. I remember it's been so long since I screwed with these things, but actually I'm just bringing it out here.
Yeah, looks like just the one, I And I was talking to Eddie Gill at Oshkosh, and he said they just did that because of the oil canning. Well, I mean, obviously more stringers, more structure, but
Well, there was something that was added in there. So they've added a whole nother stringer.
whole nother stringer. I don't know where exactly. I think they moved this one back and put it about right here. And then the other thing they did is these 5-inch inspection ports.
Yeah.
You probably have a few 3-inch on each wing.
Yeah, probably.
I do too. They've changed that to 5-inch now
Oh.
on all of them, but you know, so they're not going to be. They're going to be an inspection port, not a put your hand in and wrench on stuff port.
Yeah.
But that's fine. Did you paint it yourself?
No, I had actually a boat cleaner paint.
Oh, cool. Gap seals look good. In fact, I can't even see the. Is this a one-piece gap seal?
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay, mine came in.
Don't look at the one on the backside.
Okay.
This one of them, I screwed the first one up. The second one came out whole.
Okay. Well, that's great. Yeah, my first one came out great, and then ironically the second one is a little bit off, but it's good enough.
And you've probably heard that the fuel tanks move around a bit.
I have.
So
that's-
I haven't fixed mine yet. I think I'm going to shove a piece of foam on the backside there to kind of contain it. And the other thing is I need to replace the ring in it because, you know, it's got the spacer in there. It's not supported.
Okay.
And Kip's had an issue with that. In fact, Kip was in Cottage Grove on my other hangar when we couldn't even get the fuel cap off. So it was, yeah, it was.
I know. I'm kind of. That's why I'm waiting. I'm going to do fuselage and then I'll do fuel tanks later when I got the header tank to deal with. So he's got the wings here in the hangar. He's got the fuselage at the house. So here we go. Oh, is that right? Whatever you want to do. Have at it. Cool. Okay, so let's start from nose. You're putting in that big ol' ULPower 220 horsepower?
That's right.
Wow. Nice.
It's like a air-cooled, typical Lycoming Continental sort of design.
Okay.
Opposing cylinders.
You said to check them out at Oshkosh. I was fleeing the storm when you reached me. I had no chance to check out ULPower, but I've heard of them. Know very little. I like the tires. Are those 29s?
6s?
26s?
It's been 3 years.
Yeah. So this is kit number 7.
Yeah, airframe number 7.
Airframe number 7. Okay. Okay. So we've got Garmin G3X times 2, the 10-inch and the vertical 7-inch.
Yep.
Okay. What do you have for navigator?
Well, just the GPS. So
Is
really,
this the GPS?
really don't have a radio. It's a comm. So really don't have It's not a.
Not IFR.
Not
platform,
IFR
yeah.
at all.
Yeah. Okay.
But it'll do the all the GPS stuff, right?
Yeah. Okay.
It has, of course, it has autopilot, it has the Garmin stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Great. I wanted to get some shots of that because I had no idea how to put that in. Okay.
There's the fuel tank.
How many brackets of these sort of things did you have to fabricate yourselves? How about these?
Well,
this?
RANS has this on the under the pilot seat on the left side.
Okay.
So we built our own brackets there. It's no big deal. I just felt like it was a little cluttered over there.
Okay.
And why not put them on the right side?
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, so-
okay. Vertical power. Cool.
right. And we went with the PPS as well. So
Yep. That's what my plan is. Are you happy with that? Well,
that package.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Absolutely.
Good.
I mean, it's not a cheap, inexpensive item,
Right.
but the simplicity
Yeah.
and I just like all the information I get from Vertical Power.
Okay.
So it'll look at everything, show me all the faults, show me what stuff we're drawing. I can see real time the load on each individual item. To me, that's I don't know if it's priceless, but it's certainly
Yeah.
certainly nice.
Well, and it integrates well with the G3X, is my understanding. Okay, so looks like just some angle brackets having to fabricate yourself. Or did you do, how about these bars? These like
Yeah, which ones?
the yellow bars, are those?
Yeah,
bars?
no, we put those in just to support the bottom of the panel.
Yeah.
So here's one thing I would definitely wouldn't even hesitate putting this in my plane.
Okay. I went with the pull handle right here.
Right. Okay.
I like those in the Cessnas. Yeah.
I mean that.
Probably way easier to fabricate too.
to me, it's a slam dunk. So either you're up here trying to,
and then you got to reach around to push the button to release it.
and
too.
you've got to have the handle. What are you gonna do with that?
Yeah.
I mean, this is in a great zone right here to mess with. And
Yeah.
pull around and both sides.
Yeah, it's not too late. I can do it still.
Yeah. That's definitely the way I'd go.
Okay, cool. And is that you just source that through Spruce? Or
I
something?
think it's BAS. I think they're Washington State.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. And I think that's the one for the 172, if I recall.
Okay. Yeah, it looks pretty similar. 170. What? So trim tab. Okay. Any tips on this? I'm pretty much done with it. I haven't mounted the motor or push rod yet.
Just get it straight.
Yeah. This was a pain. This whole setup. Okay. So that's the tail cone.
You know, I think RANS is. I'm guessing they I'm guessing it changed the manual a fair amount. When we first started building, there was a lot of inaccuracies. One was this angle right here, and so we changed that angle to match the full deflection
down.
of the elevator.
Okay.
Put the tail light in the back just for safety. And
Okay. Nice. And then you got it looks like a beacon up here.
Yeah.
So this, I don't think. How did you fabricate this?
well, don't look too close at that. I mean,
Got
there's a bunch of Bondo there, so
Gotcha.
we just
That looks pretty good.
shaped it in and
Yeah.
made it work.
Okay. I'm just going with tips, 3-in-1, everything on the tips.
Yeah.
And I'm not messing with there or there.
Yeah.
For better or for worse. Cool. I have no idea how this attaches. Okay, so just some hardware there.
And of course, you can change. You know, the whole idea is you're supposed to be able to change the angle of this elevator to right there.
Okay.
And that little turn screw right there.
So they do include a piece of sheet metal that you're supposed to
That's
bend,
right.
and that covers the fairing essentially.
Once you rig the airplane.
Yeah.
So yeah, once you get some time on it. So.
Okay. So okay. Good tip. All right. What else?
The handle, the lights, we covered that. Oh, 4-point harness. So that, you know, I've seen some other planes already. They've gone with that lap belt thing. I mean,
Yep.
I would not do that for sure. To me, it's a huge safety thing. Huge.
We
So-
had lap belts save our lives. I put one in the Columbia Bonanza.
Yeah.
Lost the engine, and my replacement doesn't have any, and that's Operation 1 on the new one is getting them in.
Oh, yeah.
4-point. Okay.
Right. So Gary Lindbeck gave me the idea. He actually had this bar mounted below, right?
Okay.
And so I have a great idea to be able to hang his shoulder belts, and so I wanted that up out of the way. So I thought, why not put it on top? So I did a little more fabrication to get that bar up on top.
Okay.
So just so everything's out of the way, you can full access to the baggage.
Sure.
But to me, that is
Yeah.
numeral uno one. I mean, just get that done.
Good for you. Okay. And then, is this like an airbag thing, or what's in here?
What's that?
Is it, what's in here?
Oh, just
Padding.
comfortability.
Okay.
Yeah,
Padding.
just pads, yeah.
Okay. Spreads
Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
Okay. Did you do any mods to the header?
I think I'm
Is that
actually going to
normal?
pull that stupid thing out
Uh-oh.
and go with aluminum.
Oh.
I mean, everybody's talking about it, and they're having problems with these tanks swelling up and causing baggage floor issues, and so
Boy,
um,
just go aluminum, huh?
I think so. I mean, why plastic? I mean, so there are several things that, you know, a group of us, we talk about the airplane. We talk, and there's so many nice things about this plane. It really is a nice plane, right?
Yeah.
But there's a few things that would just make it a whole lot better.
Sure.
So
That's-
why not aluminum tank? I mean,
Okay.
instead of relying on these seals and getting it tight just right, and you can't, if you spin that, it'll leak. And anyway, so
Okay.
I don't know if I'll go aluminum before I fire it up the first time because I got so much stuff going on. I want to get the
Yeah,
engine on, but
right.
it's coming.
Okay.
So,
Interesting.
and I'm hoping someone else does it. I mean, if someone else would provide that as a mod and
Sure.
buy it, I'd be happy to buy it.
Sure.
Anyway,
Because my next step is tail cone, and so I'm gonna be doing this kind of area next. I think I've got the same ELT.
and another thing up on the dash. So we went with the Airmaster prop system.
Oh, you did? Nice.
Yep.
Okay. I
So-
think that'll be an upgrade in the future for me. Not quite yet.
So that is a
That'll be nice. Yeah.
Yeah, a definite
Yeah, performance enhancer.
Right.
If you will.
Another thing is I've got this little switch here that a little reversing dash fan's going to go in here. So they get wired right here. So I've got a little grate I'm going to put up on the
Okay. And you can blow the air out.
right.
Okay.
So just defrost and living in the Oregon coast.
Oh, sure.
Defrost
Yeah.
sit right there like
Less
that.
humidity. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's easy. Good call.
Upgraded eyeballs here, little vents.
Okay.
We talked about the VPx, the brake calipers. So I don't know where, I think RANS now offers a single brake caliper. We went with that, and I think RANS now does offer that, but I would not go the dual caliper thing, and I would just get the heavy duty one. Anyway, especially if you're putting the Titan engine in.
Okay. What's your the UL? Is it heavier weight? And what's the bore?
It's lighter actually.
It's lighter.
Yeah. So I forget what the compression is, but I think the weight going in, I want to say it's 265 is what they say. So a little bit, actually a little bit lighter than the Titan. So at 220 horsepower, you're at 265 with a turbo. So,
Okay.
yeah. To me, of course, they're more money. I mean, you're paying for that.
Yeah, sure.
And then you get the electronic ignition and all that stuff. And so it's pretty easy decision for me.
Oh, you guys have been waiting for this all summer. Got an emergency room nearby?
So early on, we kept hearing about this heavy wing thing.
Yeah.
And talking to Kip in Independence, and said, "Hey, why not an electric trim tab?" He said, "Oh, that's a pretty good idea." So anyway, I don't think he put it in his plane though. But anyway, so a little Ray Allen motor.
Yeah.
Trim tab.
Probably the same one from the tail. Just power on the.
Yep.
Power on that.
Same
Cool.
one.
Okay.
We built this, right?
Yeah. This is the aileron.
Very start.
Yep. We built both ailerons, both flaps before the wings, which was nice because then we could fit the gap seal
Yeah.
with them already there.
Yeah. So you guys doing the rivets?
Some of them.
Yeah, some of them. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been fun. They've been big help. Holy
Yeah.
cow.
Yeah, so I've had, we used to have the plane over here, the table's over there, but yeah, I had my kids, I mean, we, build everything on this table, and they're up there popping roots, and
So you started about 3 years ago? 2 years ago?
yeah, about 3 years ago.
Okay.
Exactly.
Cool.
I think in September, 3 years ago.
That's
I
awesome.
had the plane pretty much knocked out by February, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when the engine was supposed to be delivered. I don't want to mention the company that didn't deliver. Anyway, so we waited and waited and waited. Finally, gave up with UL. So
Gotcha.
anyway, so the plane's been sitting here for essentially 2 years, almost in that condition. So it's been a little frustrating waiting that long, but anyway,
Yeah. Well,
things happen for a reason.
true. Okay, so you filled the end there.
Yeah, so this is a bit on the tricky side. So again, I follow the directions, and you put a bunch of spray foam in there, fill it full of BBs, and then you spray. They have it spray foaming, but I bond on the outside just to make it solid.
Huh.
But so the whole idea is you've got to get this thing so it'll sit flat and balance itself. And it's almost bounce level. It's almost there. You see, we're just balancing right there.
Oh, cool.
And it's going to take a lot of BBs. I mean, a lot of BBs.
Is that right?
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Let me
So,
get a sense for how much this weighs.
oh yeah, just pick it up. Yep.
Oh yeah, that's quite a bit.
It's heavy.
Wow.
And so, in fact, the first time, I don't. Boy, it's been a while. I think the first time I didn't put the spray foam far enough back, but they suggest. I think the instructions said 14 inches, if I remember right. But I'd put it further back than that. I'd put that spray foam clear up in here.
Is that
and
right?
Start back, yeah, and start
Okay.
back. I mean, there's a lot of weight there.
Jeez.
Of course, in this one, it's probably a little bit more because I've got the Ray Allen motor right there, right? So I had to counterbalance that as well.
It's climbing now. Yeah. It's cool.
this sticky back insulation from the South End, California, and so I insulated everything, firewall, the whole thing.
Yeah. That's
Anyway,
great.
just to quiet as much as I can, quiet the cab up. I realize you're, and the windshield will help with that as well, but you still have the doors. You need to, the big doors are going to let noise in, but still, as quiet as I could make it was important. So.
Okay. Have you worked on the, I believe Station 4 closeout, the big plastic piece?
Yeah, it's sitting right there. I just need to paint it. It's ready to go.
Oh, it's sitting right there. Okay.
Yeah. All the closeout pieces are done. I just need either fabric or paint.
And I was wondering about the insulation, temperature insulation on the firewall, because this is 3-piece stainless steel, right?
Where do you get that? Oh, you mean
The-
three pieces this way?
3 pieces, yeah, vertically.
Yep,
So it's
yep,
3
yep,
pieces
yep,
to make firewall. And then
Right.
does this come with the kit?
No, I had to buy that insulation.
Okay.
And I would definitely insulate
Yeah,
that.
I mean, it just gets, in my Bonanza, it just gets so freaking hot
Right.
at your feet. No temperature insulation out the box? Just like insulation from the heat from the engine coming into the,
Nothing.
just radiant heat. Like,
They're no.
conductive.
Nothing. What RANS suggests is painting this with that spray-on bed liner paint. That's it. So, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how others are doing it, but
Yeah. That's my concern is, long distance flying in the Bonanza just gets uncomfortable because your feet just get so hot from the radiant heat down there.
right.
So, okay.
So but if you add this insulation, then you have to factor that in because their bracket won't fit then. So I had to make another bracket to move this brake valve out. Right?
Oh, okay.
So
Gotcha.
again, the mounting's going to change on that a bit. But
Okay.
the other thing, the hoses. So I had custom hose lengths made because I didn't like, what RANS supplies like I don't know. They wound up there and they just didn't look right to me. A bunch of extra loops and stuff. So I just shortened them up so they fit comfortably and fit right. So anyway.
Okay. Did you do the aftermarket fuel lines, or have you done that yet? Fuel lines coming in from the...
So I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm not using their fuel line. That's what you're asking.
Yeah.
So I'm putting a braided line in.
Yeah, braided line. Yep. A lot of people are doing that.
That stuff.
Okay.
Not the real heavy braid, but I'm putting that braid line in.
Okay.
And then I'm putting these
Summit. Okay.
shut-off valves.
Oh, good.
So these will sit up in here somewhere.
Yeah, just so you can reach them. And
Right.
Good deal.
Just shut the wings off.
Yeah.
Well, that's different.
That's different. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Because I thought there's plexiglass or something.
Right. So I think Gary Lindbeck did this in his as well.
Okay.
That's where I got the idea. So
That's why the nut plates, that makes sense on your wings.
So I take
That
the
are-
wings off. I mean, what happens? You get a spot you want to take the wings off, or trailer, or something like that, or whatever. So because I want to fly this in a like the ArkanSTOL events. That's what I'm building it for.
Oh, good. Cool.
So I want to be able to yard the wings off if I need to, and so that led me to this. But the other thing is that in my Citabria, I never use the aft skylight anyway. I mean,
Yeah,
to me,
I know.
it's
Just a heat generator, right?
Right, so I keep it covered. I've got a
Yeah.
little thing up there I put up there.
Huh, okay.
So when I looked at the RANS windshield design, it comes clear back to here anyway. I mean, that's more than I have in my Cessna, more than I have in my Citabria. So why do I need more than that?
Okay.
So yeah, I went solid. So I went a little heavy, thicker material, and I think it's I think it's stronger. It's better, and
Yeah.
I had a buddy of mine custom make these just to get the incidence on both sides the same. So,
Okay.
but I think that's resolved now with RANS. They have an option where you can make an adjustment there. But anyway, so those were custom made.
Okay.
So you did buy your VPx?
I haven't bought it yet. I'm designing it on their website. Putting all the
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and then you just upload it in and,
Yeah.
and
Leather smells good.
Oregon Aero seats.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So to me, again, comfortable seats was like number one.
Mm-hmm.
And
I heard the seats are not very comfy.
yeah, well worth the. Oh, maybe we can get the arrow there.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, worth the bar.
Oh, cool.
Drawing 3 amps at the moment.
Okay. Coming down.
So but it's so cool just to be able to see the draw on each one of these items and where you're going to have an issue or not.
Pitch trim, roll, and you have. Nice. That's great.
Some of these, which one? Yeah, there's the beacon.
Okay.
Did you do the? I didn't notice on your wings. Did you do the landing light?
Actually, I should have showed you that. I've got more. I mean, I'm going to have the most lit up airplane there is. For one, there's deer in the runway right at dusk.
For sure.
And so I've got. Actually, I did the wing tips before Randy came out with theirs, which they did a good job of that. So that wingtip light is really nice. So mine isn't quite as nice as that, but I have some other lights that are. In fact, you might want to consider. I'll show them to you real quick before we go out there. Because that might be something you'd want.
For sure.
A buddy of mine developed this light, so it'll act as a taxi and a landing light, and so they're up inside the wing and they kind of point down, but they're flush mounted to the bottom. They're pretty cool. Oh wow! This little thing right here.
Ooh, nice.
I mean, you just all the little things. I mean, I couldn't live without that.
Yeah, it's essentially the
Electric riveter.
The Milwaukee Dremel, I suppose, right?
Yeah, a little 12 volt, right. I've got the 18 volt version as well that we use, but that little cutoff tool, I mean, I've used that tons and tons.
Okay.
But the two drills, right angle drills especially.
Okay. Right angle drills.
This little thing right here, just when it comes to finished work, just problem rivets or I mean all kinds
That's a
of stuff. Just
good point. So yeah, when you have a little mandrel sticking out of a rivet, you just kind of use that thing.
That's what I did. You can use a file, you can use lots of files, but this thing is handy because you got so many different tools for it. So many, all these little, geez.
I just bought the extension for this guy, which so far hasn't come in super handy because it's still the same width.
I didn't even know they made one.
They just came out.
Milwaukee made. Oh,
yep,
really?
Yep. You can buy them at Home Depot. It's like $75. So it comes with the longer plunger, the snout, and so it's nice for tighter spaces. But at the same time, like I said, this is still the same width, and so if like right up against a hinge,
it
doesn't really help.
I could have, I see what that could have been.
Yeah, it was kind of nice.
Whoa, look at those Clicos.
Black Clicos. Oh yeah, those are cool. Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
Mike.
Yeah,
Thanks for your time. Appreciate it. All right. Well, that was awesome. A little bit of a crosswind getting out of here, so it doesn't matter which runway. So we're on the south end. We'll take off to the north, bang a Louis, and go back down south, avoid some airspace, and get down into Gold Beach. So let's go.
Down the north bend. Pretty.
That is sick.
Yeah, the fog. All right, we've got the Bandon Dunes golf course down here. Beautiful.
Okay, let's debrief this real quick because I should have known. I should have looked at winds aloft and kind of predicted where the crazy smoke of the Rogue Valley was headed, and what a bummer, man. So, but I think we made the conservative decision. Kids are at each other's throats. Good to be back in Bend. It's always a great place to come home to. Anyway, thanks for joining. Talk to you guys in the next one. Until then, clear direct.